Hello and welcome to Tvaritam.AI. In this video, we are going to discuss about exploratory data analysis, and there are two options that you get. One is the analytics based table, other is conditional analysis. So analytics based table gives you the data helping you identify some potential anomalies that are there. So what you can see, there are majorly two different type of data, continuous and categorical. For continuous data values like age and income, you will see the mean value, standard deviation, minimum value, maximum value, and 25, 50 and 75th percentile. Now here you can easily identify that minimum value -1 for age is a anomaly or a error value, right? So we can then go and clear these things out. You can also look for what is the mean age of our customers. You can look for other data values. Now, like this credit score, this 4 times 9 again is an anomaly. Now for categorical data, for example, country, education, city, you can see that we have unique. This is what is the cardinality, how many unique values are there, distinct values, right? So out of 1005, we have 7 unique countries, and top means the most occurring value, mode in statistics. So USA is the most occurring value. You can just go through transform categorical and you can see USA is the most highest occurring value, right? But in the analytics based table, you can just have a quick look about these small statistics. And this frequency 310 is the frequency of the highest occurring value. So out of 1005, USA is highest occurring value with 310 occurrences. Similarly for education, high school 184, city 80, 14, risk level low 404. So this is how analytics based table helps you. Now in conditional analysis, you can have a lot more flexibility to analyze the data, the distribution based on the conditions. So what kind of conditions we can give, and then we can just go with conditional ABT and plot a distribution. For example, if I want to see my customers who are senior citizens, right? So we go with age greater than 60. Now I will write C1 here because this is my first condition to be evaluated. Condition C1. I can plot a conditional ABT that is similar to the analytics based table you saw. But now this is based on a condition, not all 1005 values, but only the 337 rows where age is greater than 60. So you see minimum age is 61, maximum is 79, and we can see how the data varies. So again, for people more than 60 also, they come from USA, and most of them come from USA, not all, but the highest occurring value still is USA. Now what we can do is we can combine the conditions. Before that, I will also show the plot distribution. So if you have age and you want to plot income graph for people who are more than 60 years of age, I can display and you will see a histogram and a box plot of the income. This is not the box plot or the histogram of income of all the people, but only those who satisfy the condition C1, which is age greater than 60. Now how we can play a little bit is we can add multiple conditions. So I add one more condition, and this time I want to see people with a good credit score. So let us go with credit score greater than 775, random number, and then I can go with two values, either and or. So and, as you know, will mean if one of the value is true, we will evaluate the expression, and will means both the value needs to be true. So in case of and, the person has to have the age more than 60, also have a credit score more than 775. If I use a or expression, then the person could be either having age more than 60 or having a credit score 775. So if you are 40 years old and you have a credit score of 800, you will make it. Or if you are 62 years old but your credit score is low, you will still make it in case of or condition. But when we go with and, we have to make sure that both of the conditions are true. Now when I click on display here, this is only for people who are greater than 60 years and have a credit score of more than 775. We can also evaluate for a categorical column, let us say risk level, and we can display, right? So if I go with people, let us say I do not go with the credit score, right? I only go with C1, the first condition, and I display that low risk, medium risk, high risk, and very high risk. Once the credit score is higher, the risk gets lower, right? So if I write C1 and C2, then you will see there are more low risk people as compared to what was there when credit score was absent. So this is how you can use the conditional analysis to go a little bit deeper into the data, find some insights, then pre-process accordingly, right? So if you have any confusion about if I can use and or if I can use the symbol, you can use both of them. You can either write and, or you can either use the symbol. Similarly with or, you can use the or use the symbol. And with the brackets, you have to follow the rules as given in the info section. So if you have any confusion about what to use in case of date format, in case of conditional analysis, whenever you have any confusion, you can always refer to the info tab for a little bit more detail, and that you can use to get the clarity. So this is how you can use conditional analysis. You can plot a ABT, you can go to the complete ABT also, the analytics based table, and you can also plot a conditional analytics based table or plot a distribution based on a given condition or multiple condition, where you can evaluate the multiple condition using and or using a or expression. Thank you.